Alright, Shalom. Before we get started, we're going to give our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachal Quadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone that teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Alright, Shalom to the Tabernacle with David, you brothers and sisters out there. Alright, may the choice of election come upon your households. Back with another video. The title of this video will be called Iniquity Shall Abound. Alright, iniquity shall abound. Alright, and then I named that title because we're in these final days that these latter days, these last days that we're in, man. All right, we're gonna see that iniquity, which is what sin, is gonna increase more and more. All right, and I got like 2 articles we're gonna read. All right, because these are just a few examples of iniquity, man. All right, wickedness is gonna increase more and more as we go on. All right, so we're gonna get into these. Go to these articles. Little Witness us was edifying. All right, it's not on this. It's on the other one. And if you get music, it's the ice cream truck. I'm gonna start with this one. All right, from USA Today. All right, and this was recent. This is astrologer suspected of double murder suicide on eclipse day. Thought apocalypse is here. So this was I'm pretty sure brothers and sisters heard of this story of a lady. She killed her boyfriend, and I believe she pushed she did something to the kids. I think she left them on a highway or freeway, right? We're gonna get into it. This is a Los Angeles woman who police say fatally stabbed her partner before throwing her 2 children out of her moving car was an astrologer who posted days earlier that the eclipse is a form of spiritual warfare and the apocalypse is here. Salakia. Danielle Johnson, 34, who went by the alias Danielle Ayoka online and described herself as an astrologer, was responsible for what authorities say was a double murder suicide hours before the eclipse became visible in the area. Now, she was dealing, with that witchcraft stuff, man. All right, and what does the Lord say about that? Let's get where's that? I believe. Let me see which. We can read Deuteronomy 18:10. It says, "There shall not be found among any." Let me read that again. Deuteronomy 18:10. There shall not be found among you any one that maketh his son or daughter or his daughter to pass through the fire, all right, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. You see that? Let's read this in NLT. It says, verse 10, "For example, never sacrifice your son or daughter as a burnt offering. And do not let your people practice fortune telling, or use sorcery, or interpret omens, or engage in witchcraft, or cast spells, or function as mediums or psychics, or call forth the spirits of the dead." Now let's get some of these words. All right, let's get divination. All right. Kwasim, let's see that. Salakia. All right. Where's that? So that's Kwasam. Yeah, Kwasam. All right. It says divination, witchcraft. All right, of false prophets. So witchcraft, down at the bottom, also divination, including its fee, oracle, reward of divination, divine sentence, witchcraft. So don't be preaching, don't do witchcraft, man. All right. An observer of times. It says Inan. It says down here, to observe times, practice soothsaying or spiritism or magic or augury or witchcraft. Soothsayer, enchanter, sorceress, diviner, fortune teller, barbarian, meonium. You see, it says to act covertly, i.e. practice magic, bring enchanter, i.e. observer of times, soothsayer or sorcerer. All right, so you're not supposed to be a witch, man. You're not supposed to be an enchanter. All right, and use witchcraft, man. You know, and that's what astrologers do. You know, we got witch down here to practice witchcraft or sorcery with wit or Salaka to practice witchcraft or sorcery use witchcraft. All right, a sorcerer, sorceress. You see, they practice magic. All right, spells. You're not supposed to do that, man. All right. Verse 11, or a charmer, or a consulter, or with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. All right. And I believe this is all the same. A necromancer. All right. So let's go back. Matter of fact, let's go to the word astrologer. Let me go over here. All right.
Astrologer.
It says a person who uses astrology to tell others about their character or to predict their future. So they was what? Being a witch, a wizard. All right. Down here, what astrologer means: an astrologer is a person who uses astrology to try to tell you things about your character and your future. Synonym: stargazer. All right. What is an astrologer in simple words? Type of divination that involves the forecasting of earthly and human events through the observation and interpretation of the fixed stars, the sun, the moon, and the planets. So you're not supposed to do that, man. All right, using divination. We read about that, being a witch, right? So let's go back to the article. So that was judgment by the Lord, man. Astrologers suspected of double murder, suicide on Eclipse Day thought apocalypse is here, right? Danielle Johnson, 34, who went by the alias Danielle Ioka online and described herself as an astrologer, was responsible for what authorities say was a double murder suicide hours before the eclipse became visible in the area. Los Angeles Police Lieutenant Guy Golan, confirmed to USA Today in an email that on account on X posting about the eclipse belonged to Johnson. And quote, it says, wake up, the apocalypse is here. She warned in a post on Friday. Everyone who has ears, listen. Your time to choose what you believe is now. Another post from the day before read, this eclipse is the epitome of spiritual warfare. Get your protection on and your heart in the right place. And her heart wasn't in the right place. All right, she was using witchcraft. She was using divination, and not to make fun of that lady. All right, but hey, we can go to Exodus 22 and 18. It says what? Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. You see that? You must not allow a sorceress to live. You see? So the Lord took her out. All right, that was judgment on her part. It says investigators are not looking at the eclipse as a possible motive for the crimes, Golan said. Unfortunately, both parties are no longer with us, and that makes uncovering the facts of the motive problematic. He wrote of Johnson and her partner, Jalen Chaney, 29. Likely we're simply not going to know all of the things that factored into what motivated this heinous attack, Golan said. Investigators will continue to interview friends, families, and witnesses in an attempt to piece together events, he added. You see? So the Lord ultimately took her out, man. And I believe her kids was hurt or they died. I'm going to keep reading. It says, police say the incidents began at around 3:40 a.m. on Monday morning when Johnson stabbed Chaney at their residence in Woodland Hills, around 25 miles west of downtown Los Angeles. Authorities believe that the pair had a verbal altercation that escalated into Johnson becoming violent, according to LAPD press release. Chaney died at the scene, and authorities believe Johnson fled in her car with 9-year-old and 8-month-old daughters. Chaney's body was discovered around 4 hours later when neighbors noticed the front door was open and went to check in on the family. It says investigators believe Johnson pushed the two children out of the vehicles as it sped down the 405 freeway less than an hour later. The 9-year-old was taken to a nearby hospital with moderate injuries, while the younger child was pronounced dead at the scene. You see, so her husband and her 9-month-old child died, but the 9-year-old survived. You see, investigators say a short while later, Johnson crashed her car into a tree while she was speeding at more than 100 miles per hour down a Redondo Beach Road. According to police, she did not survive the crash. Golan said LAPD officers linked the two incidents after they learned of the two children left near the highway from the California Highway Patrol. You see? And down here it says Johnson built an online astrology following. So she had followers, telling them, they got the tarot cards and they believe in all the zodiac signs. That's witchcraft, man. That's divination. You're not supposed to do that, right? And that's a lot of people out here believing in them zodiacs and them tarot card readings and stuff like that, man. All right, those are that's left hand practices, you see. So we got the scriptures on that. You're not supposed to use witchcraft, man, or be an astrologer, looking at the stars, trying to this is gonna happen and that stuff like that, man. No, man, you're not supposed to do stuff like that, and you see what happened. She got took out. Now on the day of the eclipse, we believe that Esau was doing some left-handed stuff, man. They do that a lot, because that's what they're into. Let's get a scripture real quick. All right, to back that up. Isaiah 47. You see, I'm going to read the first verse. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, or O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. You see, this is America, Babylon the Great, man. All right, now I'm going to jump down to verse, I'm going to start at verse 10. It says, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore, it says, therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth. And mischief shall fall upon thee. It says, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt know. Verse 12, stand with thy enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, Salakia, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Look at that word astrologers. All right, my phone moving slow now. All right. Astrologers. Habar, to divide, being an astrologer. All right. It says to be a horoscopist. You see, they be in them horoscopes, man, them zodiac signs. You see? And we looked it up on the online. Excuse me, it says those who divide the heavens for purposes of augury, taking a horoscope, i.e. augurs or astrologers. You see? It says to know down here. It says to know while others would read comparing. All right. So you're an astrologer, man. You're looking at the heavens and trying to read the signs. All right. You're a horoscopist. And that's what Esau does. On the left hand side. All right. Now let's get this other article. And it's not going to be too long. All right. I just want to bring these out. It says one dead. This is from NBC News. 1 dead, 13 injured after stolen semi-truck is ran into a Texas DPS office. This was April 12th, 2024. All right. This is one person was killed and 13 others were injured Friday when a stolen semi careened into a department into a Department of Public Safety office in Brenham, Texas. The truck was being pursued by multiple law enforcement vehicles when it crashed into the office, DPS Sergeant Justin Reese said at a news conference. The driver had been denied a commercial driver's license at the location Thursday, he said. The suspect was identified as Clenard Parker, right, 42. It says while he was there Thursday, while he was there Thursday, the driver's license staff advised Parker that he was not eligible to renew his commercial driver's license, Reese said. The person who died has not been identified publicly. 5 others were hospitalized, officials said. 8 people were treated at the scene and released, they said. It goes on, Braham Mayor Atwood Kendura said the driver tried to back up and crash into the building again, but was thwarted by the first responders. Preventing further tragedy. There would have been a collapse of that building, the mayor said at the news conference. It says several officers took the suspect into custody, Reese said. He was being held at Washington County Jail. He was being held at the Washington County Jail, he said. You see, there's a whole scene right here. Multiple people were seriously injured Friday as the commercial vehicle ran into a Department of Public Safety office in Brenham, Texas, police said. I believe this was after the eclipse, man. So, hey, Esau, they was doing something on the left hand side, and CERN was active that day. So you got to put that into play. You got these different spirits on the earth, man. Evil spirits plaguing these people. You see. You can read the rest on your own. All right, I just want to get into these scriptures real quick. Matthew 24:12. All right. Matthew 24:12. This is we should all notice the signs of Yahushua's return. When the disciples came and asked him, what are the signs? All right, he gave them a whole list of signs, right? Verse 12, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. You see? Let's read this. Let's get the definition for iniquity. Iniquity, anomia, the condition of without law, because ignorant of it, because of violating it. You see? Contempt and violation of law, iniquity, wickedness. You see? So it's sin, man. All right, wickedness, violation, i.e. violation of law, or genitive case, wickedness, iniquity, transgression of the law. What's transgression of the law? Sin. All right? But what is sin? Transgression of the law. You see that? Unrighteousness. So unrighteousness, wickedness is gonna abound. Right? Let's get that. Abound, plethuno. Right?
Strong's G 4129. Plethuno,
man. All right. It says to increase, to multiply, to be increased, be multiplied. All right. So that's iniquity is going to abound. All right, it's going to increase in these latter days, man, that we're in. You see? Let's get that word code. The word code is psycho. Right? Let's play it.
Strong's G 5594. Psucho.
Right, he says sucho, but it's psycho, right? It says to breathe, blow, cool by blowing. All right, metaphor of waning love. So people are gonna be less, no natural affection out here, man. Right? So let's read that again. It says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Right, people are gonna go psycho. People are gonna be of less affection. Matter of fact, let's go to 2 Timothy. All right, 2 Timothy 3:1. Difficult times will come. This know also that in the last days, perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, and unthankful, unholy, without natural affection. You see that? Without natural affection.
Strong's G 794. Astargas.
Without natural affection, unsociable, inhuman, unloving. You see, unloving times, man. People are gonna get more unloving as time go on, man. You see that? So let's go back. I'll finish this out. It says without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, right? Incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Heavenly Father. You see that? So and it's showing out today, man. But it's gonna go on a greater scale, sooner than later. All right. So iniquity is gonna abound in love, and people there's gonna be wanting love out here, man. You know, we see that with the astrologer. She pushed her kids out of a speeding car, man. You see, and people gonna come up again. Friends gonna fight each other. All right. This is gonna be matter of fact. Let's get this. Luke 12. Right. That Yahushua divides the men. It says, "I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will lie if it already be kindled? But I have a baptism to be baptized with, and how am I straitened till it become accomplished? Suppose ye that I come to give peace on earth? I tell you, nay, but rather division. For from henceforth there shall be five in one house divided, three against two, and two against three. The father shall be a divider against the son, and the son against the father, the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law." You see that? So people are gonna be against each other, man, in these latter days. Families are gonna break up. You know, friends are gonna fight each other, right? Let's get 2 Esdras 5. All right. 5, and I'm gonna just go into it. 5 and 8 says, "There shall be confusion." Select it. Let me read that again. "There shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be sent, and the fire shall be oft sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and mistress women shall bring forth monsters." Yeah, these children, man, these demon babies. All right, uncouthed. All right, don't know what's going on. "And salt waters shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. Then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself into his secret chamber, and shall be sought of many, and yet not be found. Then shall unrighteousness and inconsistency be multiplied upon earth." Let's get this in a different translation, right? If we can. Second Esdras chapter 5. All right. Verse 8. It says, "The earth will break open in many places and begin spawning out flames. Wild animals will leave the fields and forests at monthly periods. Money. Women will bear monsters. Fresh water will become salty. Friends everywhere will attack one another." See that? Friends everywhere will attack one another. People want to be turning on each other. "Then understanding will disappear, and reason will go into hiding, and they will not be found, even though many may look for them. Everywhere on earth, wickedness and violence will increase." You see that? Wickedness and violence is going to increase, man. All right. So that's what's coming, man. All right. The love of many shall wax cold. Iniquity shall abound, man. All right. Iniquity is going to increase, and we who are in this truth got to prepare ourselves. All right, spiritually and mentally for the things that's coming. We got to pray and hope that we're of the elect, man, to be kept safe. Right. Let's get 2 Esdras 6 and 22. I think that's it. Next chapter over, right? 2 Esdras 6 and 22. It says, "And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty." Right. When the time of famine comes, you know, these storehouses, man, they're gonna be found empty. All right, your Whole Foods, your Safeways, your Walmarts, Sam's Club, BJ's. All right, it's gonna be a scarcity of food and water. "And the trumpet shall give a sound. When every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. At that time shall friends fight against one another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours shall they not run." You see that? That's what's coming, man. All right, let's get this in the GNT. Excuse me. 2 Esdras chapter 6, right? 22. It says, planted fields will suddenly become bare, and full barns will suddenly become empty, right? Because that's where we get our food from, you know. And you know, a lot of these farmers are getting fired. All right, well, not fired, but you know, they're losing their jobs to AI. You see. Then the trumpet will sound, and sudden terror will grip the heart of everyone when they hear it. Friends will fight like enemies, and the earth and its people will be terrified. Rivers will stop flowing and stand still for 3 hours. You know, what's those rivers? You know, the doctrine, man. You know, the truth of the Holy Scriptures. You see, those who survive all these things that I have predicted will be rescued when I bring to an end of this world that I created. You see, so this is what's coming. Matter of fact, let's get one more. All right. Same chapter, not same chapter, same book, 2nd Ezra 16. And is it this or it might be 15? Let me see. Yeah, 2nd Ezra 15. I'm gonna start at 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. You know, I recently saw that Civil War movie, and that, you know, they had guns in their hands everywhere you looked. You know, people at the gas station with a gun. People, you know, at the store, guns. They had people on the roof standing with guns, man. This is what's coming. You know, this is what we're warning our people about. It says, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. People are going to invade one another. Why? They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. People gonna be breaking their houses, man. All right, taking what they got. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Martial law being set up, checkpoints. You see, for because of the pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. People gonna be scared out here, man. All right, people, the houses are gonna be flipped. You know, it's gonna be just total destruction in America soon to come, man. You see. Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. You think your neighbors are so, you know, loving and kind towards you now. That's because there's nothing happening right now. But wait until the Lord start bringing judgment. All right, start bringing, you know, famines and, you know, a scarcity of food is coming. Right, scarcity, no water. You see, they are, you know, kind and generous to you now. But when that time comes, hey, you never know what we're gonna see the real them. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. What's the modern day swords? These guns, like I explained, and spoil their goods. Why should they do that? What are your goods? Your food, all right, your water. Hey, maybe take your wife, your kids, because of the lack of bread, and for what? And for great tribulation. You see, so these people are not gonna have no type of natural affection towards you, no loving spirit in that day. They trying to feed their families, man. Let's get us in this, and we'll close it. So just 15:14 and GNT. The world and the people in it are doomed. The war that will bring their destruction is very near. Nations will arm themselves and fight against other nations. There will be great political turmoil, with one group trying to overpower another and gain control while ignoring the legitimate government. You see that? That was in Civil War, man. All right, it was you know, just the army just going at it. You see, there will no longer be free access to the cities because the struggle for power will bring destruction, terror, and total confusion wherever people live. That was it was one scene where people were just total oblivious to everything. They didn't want to read the news. They didn't want to watch nothing. All right, they were just going about their day like nothing happened. But they still had people on top of you know, these buildings standing with their AKs and, you know, their handguns, snipers, right? Verse 19, driven by famine and terrible suffering, people will assault their neighbors and mercilessly plunder their possessions. You see, people are gonna assault their neighbors, man, and take whatever you have. They're gonna take your food, your water, may take your children, your wife. All right, take whatever you have. They're gonna tie you up and take whatever you got, man. Wow, because they're plotting on you, man. So like we said, your neighbors have a loving spirit right now, but when the time of famine, scarcity of food, scarcity of water comes, they ain't gonna have that loving spirit on them anymore, man. All right, so these things are very close, you know. And like I said, we are prepared mentally and spiritually for these things to come, man. And pray and hope that we're of the elect, that the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua keeps us safe. All right, so this was iniquity shall abound. All right, these are just the beginning stages, man. All right, these are just the beginning of wars and rumors of wars. You know, we're in the beginning stages of it, man. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. These are the beginning of sorrows. I'm gonna quote it, but I'm gonna read it too. Matthew 24:8. All these are the beginning of sorrows. I may change it to that. You know, all these are the beginning of sorrows, man. All right, so hey, stay prayed up, brothers and sisters out there. Lord willing, this was edifying. I'm gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone that teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the tabernacle of David. You brothers and sisters out there, may the choice of election come upon your house. All right, Lord willing, it was edifying. Until the next video, Shalom.